Hello. I'm Giselle Yvonne, your book bae, coming on with a quick book review today. I hope this video finds you well. So, I meant to come on earlier in the week. Actually, I meant to come on last week, but I didn't. So, I'm coming on now because I just finished this book here, Ghost Summer Stories by Tananarive. I know I'm saying her first name incorrectly, so I need to learn how to pronounce it. But the book is so good. It is several short ghost stories in the book. So each time you finish a chapter, you're starting over with a new story. And so far, all the stories have been based out of Florida, for a small town. And I'm trying to remember, is it called Gracetown? Yes, Gracetown, Florida. And so I saw some of the bad reviews, but I would highly recommend it. It reminds me of the show, what's the name of that show? Oh, Tales from the Crypt Keeper, or the Goosebumps. So it's not like stories that's going to it's not like a Jason story or a Halloween story where it's just gonna totally frighten you, but it is a story about everyday life and about things going awry in certain instances, and just how close things are to home and how they can go from being, fairly normal to not so normal. I would say one of my favorite stories was the story of the young man that they were able to see ghosts during the summer times. And if you're a certain age, 13 and under, you're able to tap in and hear and see certain things that adults and older teens just don't see. And he was able to solve a decades-long mystery because of it. His grandparents stayed in Gracetown. He and his family were visiting, and he was able to solve a case. And another thing about these stories, some of these stories are loosely based on true stories. So she's added some fictional things to it, but there are certain things like one story she talked about in here was kind of around a reformatory. And I know she actually wrote the book Reformatory, but in this short story, she kind of referenced the reformatory in regards to the historic standpoints of it, of where these young men would be sent and how they were being mistreated and abused at this location, these young men. And so I thought that was an interesting historical fact, because she actually named the place, the actual place. And I never read the Reformatory, but it made me wonder if that's how she kind of got the idea to go into deeper detail and do an entire book about it. But overall, I love the book. There are so many short stories to enjoy. And I would definitely recommend, if you're in the mood for some summer ghost stories that are similar to a Tales from the Crypt or a Goosebumps or I'm trying to think of the other show that used to come on, or like the Twilight Zone, check the book out. Check the book out. It is really a great read, and you're always starting over with a new story for each chapter you dive into. And I'm trying to remember how many chapters were in here, but it's pretty lengthy. Great book. I think the next book I'm going to pick up is going to be possibly, let me see, the book is 335 pages. So it is quite a, it's not super short, but it's a healthy size. And it has some, like I said, some great ghost stories based on the town Gracetown, Florida. And there are some parts that, of course, that has been embellished, but she is using some historical facts to bring the story to life. And yeah, that's it in regards to that book. So after this book, I think I'm going to dive into The Great Man. That is a book I bought earlier this year, and it's supposed to be showing what was going on during the Great Gatsby time, but it's basically based on the black side, the African American side, because we've all seen the movie, or most of us have seen the movie The Great Gatsby. So that's going to be an interesting read to pick up. So I'll either dive into The Great Gatsby next, or possibly The Matriarch by Tina Knowles, because I got that book around Mother's Time, and I haven't sat down and read it. It's just going to depend really on what mood I'm really in to read. But those are two books that I think I'm going to consider diving into next. Or a third possible may be the Beverly Jenkins Dare series, because I read the first book in that series, and I do have part 2. I just have not gotten around to reading it yet. So I think I may try to dive into that next. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video. Again, I do recommend ghost summer stories to you guys. 10 out of 10, highly recommend, especially if you like short stories that are similar to a Goosebumps, Tales from the Crypt Keeper, or a Twilight Zone type feel. That is what is given to me. So it's not like a, Jason or what's the other one that's real popular, or Halloween type story. It's not that type of vibe. So anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm gonna get home safely as I sit in this traffic. And take care. I will see you guys again. Remember, I wish you nothing but inner peace, positivity, and empowerment. Bye-bye. Take care.